The book of her own fate. The book lay open in her hands, its brittle pages whispering secrets only she could hear. The script, elegant and precise, flowed across the parchment like a river carving its path through time. It wasn't just a story, it was a mirror reflecting a life she didn't recognize, a future starkly different from the quiet predictability of her coastal town existence. This wasn't the life she knew, the life she lived, but another life entirely, a twisted reflection, a dark echo of what could have been or perhaps what still could be. The narrative began subtly, mirroring the familiar contours of her own life. A girl named Elira Wells, living in a seaside village, filled with the familiar scent of salt and seaweed, the rhythmic crash of waves against the shore. But then, the subtle divergences started, like hairline cracks in a seemingly flawless mirror, slowly spreading, distorting the familiar image into something chilling and alien. In this alternate reality, her best friend, a girl she barely knew, was not the cheerful, if somewhat shy Sarah, but someone cold and calculating. Her family was not her loving, if somewhat quiet parents, but estranged. Her relationship with her parents was fraught with unspoken resentments, simmering tensions that had never surfaced in her reality. Instead of the comfortable, if somewhat uneventful life she led, this Elira was constantly battling a sense of isolation, a deep-seated loneliness that gnawed at her soul. She was plagued by a sense of being adrift, unconnected, a ghost in her own life. As the story unfolded, the differences became more pronounced, more drastic. Her academic achievements, a source of quiet pride in her own life, were replaced by a series of failures. Dreams she secretly nurtured, whispered aspirations she had carefully guarded in the quiet chambers of her heart, were scorned, dismissed as foolish, impractical. Her carefully constructed reality, a sanctuary built of quiet routines and carefully cultivated hopes, was dismantled page by page, replaced by a future filled with heartbreak and despair. The tragic climax of the narrative revealed a life utterly bereft of joy, a desolate existence defined by loss and regret. This alternate Elira, trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and failure, ended her days alone, surrounded by the echoes of her unmet potential, her dreams scattered like fallen leaves in the relentless wind. The final sentence was a stark and chilling description of loneliness, a poignant epitaph etched in the fading ink of a lost future. Elira closed the book, the weight of its narrative settling heavily upon her. The contrast between the quiet contentment of her life and the desolate tragedy portrayed within was jarring, shocking. The implications were vast, profound. Was this a glimpse into a possible future? A warning?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?